Hey guys, editing Vince here. I just want to say rest in peace to Lamar Wilson. This is kind of hard because, and it's just sad to see this. Like mental health is very important, but rest in peace. Also, sorry if you hear some stuff in the background. I'm not even supposed to record right now, but I, gosh, I want to mention a couple things here and there first. So the first one is, I heard Rich Review Tech is back, and I don't like him. I really don't. The guy that bashes the Bible for no reason and just calls like Christians this and that. I don't know who in his right mind. And the thing is that I don't really know, nor I care, because I don't want to go online and just watch people that make me angry. It's different when I hear from other, I guess, Democrats, I guess, like, like Tipster. But for Review Tech, I just don't like his takes and stuff like that. And the thing is that he would just say, like, oh, I stand by my, opinion and blah, blah, blah. But he's never nice. He's never nice about it. He's never respectful. And I just can't stand those types of people. But also, I also can't stand this moment in side scrollers where this what is it? His name, I'm sorry, if you hear people in the background, I won't shut up. That like what's his name? Ah, shoot. I don't know. There was a side scrollers episode, and then it had like Kersha in there, and then there was this guy that has no idea or understand the VTuber or freaking like furry movement or something like that. And I'm not defending the VTuber furry movement. I'm not part of that community, but this guy just went off on like, what the heck are you wearing? And he keeps calling her like a freaking VTuber prostitute. I'm like, dude, stop calling her a prostitute, all because she's dressed in a certain way where you're like, oh, that's very sexual. You just call him prostitute. Really, you just call Kersh a prostitute or something? Like, and people are not defending him. People are not doing anything. And if anything, Kersh is just making it worse. Like, oh, I'm just retarded. Like that doesn't oh my gosh. Like it's stupid. Those two things in those moments, like I just have to mention the things that give me a headache. And man, these topics, at least they're lucky that I'm like, that I'm not alone in the house, because if I was, I would freaking go off. I would go off right now. But I can't really focus talking. I just have to put that real quick. Put a little rant first, and yeah, enjoy. What's up, guys? Vince, Roddy here. How you doing? Christmas is next week. Also, I haven't been uploading. I just don't feel like it, to be honest. I seriously don't. I don't care. I don't know what to tell you, but here I am. But yeah, let's just get this over with, damn it. I want to do these quickly more than I want to do them slowly, because to be real, I wasn't planning to actually do a Vince talk, and I say that with every Vince talk, but I got a feeling that next week there's not going to be one, so might as well make one now, and it's either now or never, you know what I mean? But other than that, yeah, I got more Gundams. I probably should release that unboxing video soon. I honestly don't feel like video making, which tells me that I don't know how well I'm gonna do when I'm basically making the my top 10 games, like I do every year, basically, and especially the month by month. Those are the two videos that I am gonna enjoy basically making. But there's a part of me where I don't want to do it alone. But we're just gonna wait and see. Other than that, yeah, hopefully everyone's doing good. Month by month, top games. I think those are the two videos that I'm gonna be focusing on, and nothing else. I really don't know what else. The thing is, the cool thing about not being active on YouTube, and or basically being lazy in YouTube, or I have to say this, not having YouTube as a job, is that I don't need to be here. I can just make whatever I want. And the moment that I feel like making videos is the moment where I'm like, you know what? That's okay. That's okay. That's pretty much where I'm at. I don't need to come here and be active or anything. I'm just here to yap, and that's it. We're just gonna settle. We're just gonna sell that for now. But yeah, you know what it is. Let's get into the news, which is pretty much one. I had a bunch of news. What the heck happened to all my other news? Anyways, I don't know what's happening in the world, but apparently there's a lot of shootings going on, specifically in the Australia region, and also in what is it, Browns University or something like that? I think that's what it's called. Yeah, the Browns University, which isn't in America. I don't know. There's been a lot of shooting. Okay, I don't know what's happening. And from what I heard, it was like this took place like, I mean, I think the only shooting that I somewhat know a little bit more is what happened in Australia. Specifically, this what is this? There's this like, let's be real, it's a terrorist. I think it's a Pakistani individual that studied in Australia in this specific area, and he just went on a freaking shooting spree. I don't know what happened. I seriously don't know. I mean, listen, there's much more messed up things that happen, like the whole Rob Craner thing. Rest in peace. No one should ever go through that. That was kind of sad. That made me question a lot of reality sense of just like, and you know what? To be sure, I'm just gonna type this in to not get all this, incorrectly, because it is a serious thing. It is a serious thing. Come on, I have internet. What the heck is happening here? Is it oh my god. Oh no. Dude, who's the guy that freaking passed? The frick. Damn, I gotta go on a searching spree right now. I'm sorry, guys. I gotta go on a searching spree to actually see. But as I'm doing that, what the heck is Kai Cenat doing? What the heck is that about? I don't know, man. I mean, I heard just okay, Rob Rayner. I put Rob Craner. Rob Rayner passed the I don't know who is this individual, but from what I know that he is someone in the Democratic side of things, and pretty much he died in his own house from his son that committed this murder. It's heartbreaking. I'm like, and this guy is a known like filmmaker and actor. He directed a series of acclaimed films and stuff like that, and he was making a film about his son and stuff, and it was a wholesome thing. And then his son just couldn't take him. And the thing is that, listen, a lot of times, we don't get along with our parents much, especially me. I don't get along much. I know they want me, to have a good life and stuff, but independent. And especially if my friend, like, Svan is always thinking about that when it comes to independence for sure. And I know that he and me and everyone that I ever talked to, actually, we don't have like the craziest or brightest relationship. We're just cool when it comes down to with parents. And the thing, I'm not saying that I hate my parents or anything like that. There is certain parts in my life where it could have turned into that, but not into this extent where you kill your own father. Like that's so morbid. That is so morbid. Like what? And the thing is that I remember seeing, what is it, the Martinez brothers? I think not the Martinez brothers. It was a film, and there was these two brothers with Spanish names. I forget their names and stuff. Okay, I feel like this was like a few years ago or something like that. But there was a Netflix film about this whole thing and about these two brothers basically that killed their own parents. And this is sort of like what's happening here. It's kind of scary. It's at this point where it's like, what? There has to be something mental that caused him to do this. Because overall, this is monstrous. I mean, and pretty much the thing is that people that are celebrating, Rob Reiner's death is the equivalent how because he was given opinions of like, Charlie Kirk. And even though he's a Democrat and Charlie Kirk is a conservative, and both of them don't agree with each other at all, I don't think that, Rayner had any ill will. Also, I don't know if he's Christian. I think there's a sense of like, he isn't Christian, but he sort of like agrees with a lot of aspects within the Bible, which is good. I don't know what his perspective of faith, because I think that for me personally, the idea of his perspective in faith would actually indicate like where he's going. But hopefully he's up there in heaven, and hopefully he's okay. The thing is that I know who isn't going to heaven is the freaking son that, that did this very, very effed up act. And it's so dehumanizing, man. It's like how do you get to that point in your mind where I don't know. I don't know how the relationship is. A lot of this is not my opinion. A lot of this is not in my wheelhouse, because I don't know Rob Reiner. Now, have I seen movies from him? I mean, yeah, sure. Listen, you could put a freaking, I don't know, like a web developer of like, whoever's like, responsible of actually keeping the servers up in Twitter. And pretty much I wouldn't know, because even though I use X almost every day, I probably wouldn't know. The same thing with YouTube. Who's the creator of YouTube? Shoot, I will lose that battle. Like, who? I don't care. I don't know. That's just how I roll. You think I care about the people in the background and stuff like that? But when it comes to Rob Reiner and it comes to, listen, I even forget whatever freaking like Stephen King makes, and people are gonna freaking flip their ish about that. I'm like, well, I got other important things to think about. I don't know about you, okay? Like, I don't care what J.K. Rowling has been writing, or Stephen King, or I don't know, the freaking top tier actors of all time, what they're up to. I'm worried about my own life, man. What you want from me? You think I'm worried about that? Get out of here. Anyways, yeah. But yeah, rest in peace to Rob Reiner. And that is so horrible. That's so horrible. I would not wish that on anyone at all. So moving on from that, let's get into the transview. Oh yeah, by the way, before we get into that, Trump's respondent of freaking Rob Reiner and his note and something like that. Yeah, it kind of shows you why I don't like Trump much. Speaking of Trump, let's talk about the trans bill. Because from the news sites here, trans bill or the trans law, it's basically about the legal legislation of surgery of children, which, could have been illegal a long time ago, but here we are. I just don't understand why you got to put kids into this. The parents need to know, everyone needs to know, and now they're putting in a law. If people are not aware, even the parents or whoever or stuff like that, criminal. And I got a feeling that this is Trump's, magic working on this in a sense. When I heard about this, it's kind of like there is a part of me. Look, actually, there was no part of me. If anything, to be real with you, yes, there was a part of me where like, well, this is too much. No. That, I don't think that's the good side of me that was saying that. But there was this part of me where it's like, well, yeah. Here's the thing. You the idea of actually being part of LGBT is, when you're a kid, you're impressionable, you don't know. You're young. But a lot of times you have those instances, you have those influence, and sometimes it would dictate you, especially where you live, your environment, or what you're into, and stuff like that. And then when you grow up, you regret that, and it's like, well, how on earth are you going to be, part of with the LGBT if, you change as a person as you move on in life and as you develop. And I guarantee kids are not developed and they think they can just be part of LGBT when they don't need to, because how would you know that? Yes, you part of this right now, but in the later years, for a fact that that's going to change. That's my basically, advice in life itself. Like, you think you're, because you're part of this circle, it's not always going to be like that when you grow up, especially when you become a much older adult. And the thing is that, yeah, this trans bill makes sense because, well, why would kids ever, cut their parts off or change when they're going to regret that in the later years? Has anyone seen like the documentary of what happened to Jazz, a trans kid that basically just, like regrets of becoming a female from a male or something like that? I kind of forgot, like, a lot of Jazz, but what I do know, it is a trans story that is it has some importance of it that needs to be heard. And there's parts within, within the trans community, there needs to be all parts of both darkness and whatever good parts of it, whatever's left, basically, because it doesn't seem like it's looking good, to be honest. And to be honest with you, in a religious sense, in the God sense, it's not good at all. Like, no one should be trans. God assigned you to be either male, female. I know someone's gonna say something. So, just leave it up to God. Just saying, just don't come after me for that. Uh-oh. Anyways, let's get into some gaming news. Now, do I have gaming news for you and for me and for anyone else here in this freaking room that isn't no one? Because there's nobody in this room, okay? I don't know, other than demons that are just lurking around or something, like, rebuke. But gaming versus AI has been a conversation going on. It's just conversation after conversation. And it's like any inch of AI that is in any game, oh, there's smoke. Even the littlest of AI, oh, you're smoke. Because it is just an ongoing conversation, especially this month, especially these few months. And I get it. AI is looking scary. It's not looking good for y'all. Because as of right now, in this timeline, I know for a fact that AI is definitely going to be stealing a bunch of jobs and a lot of things. And it's hard. A lot of people say like, hey, you have to adapt to AI because that's the only way to do it. And you know what? I agree to that extent. But there's a part of me where we still need to have hands-on-hand work. We still need to have jobs for people. But the thing is that it's getting worse out there. Okay, with the amount of population, I don't blame. This is a very controversial part of this. Every time I mention abortion, I don't blame people having the idea of abortion, because there's some people out there that want to stop the population numbers whenever we get into the future of just like having this planet being overpopulated. And you know what, it kind of seems like that. And there's a part of me, if where abortion is like for that reason alone, then I probably wouldn't be up in arms about it as I am for the obvious reasons, knowing that, it's still child murder. But you know what? We don't need to get into that. We don't need to. The thing is that, yes, the world is getting a little bit more populated, but it sure AI doesn't help. If anything, it makes it worse. Many people need jobs. And you got Trump out here, the orange man, saying, oh, we need to actually have Americans work again. We need to give, more work, make sure that things are made here in the US with the whole tariff stuff, you know what I mean? And it's like, no, we need to have a cure to actually help people to get jobs or something. Slow down the AI and stuff. AI could be good for good things, but if it's overpowered and every company is for AI, you know what that's going to happen. We've seen it here and there in the gaming industry like so many times. Layoffs after layoffs after freaking layoffs. It's a layoff tsunami out here. And it doesn't get any better. But whatever that future may be is up to 2026. Because I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't blame people thinking the rapture is going to come. It might as well happen. I'm sorry. I'll calm down. Okay. Hot takes, so spicy because it's so cold out here. Anyways, the reason why I say that is this conversation again when it comes to how expensive gaming is. You're telling me NVIDIA graphics card. Do you know how many games need a graphics card nowadays? It's freaking ridiculous. I know my backlog backlog would be 10 times bigger if I was access to actually play certain games that requires freaking a graphics card or a good PC rig. And I'm tired of this ongoing thing. The thing is that with good thing within the indie space, they're trying to fight that. They're trying to fight the fact that, listen, we cannot. A lot of the games that should do well are the ones that don't necessarily need an expensive PC rig. I don't want freaking Outer Worlds 16 to actually have you need a freaking big ass PC rig. I don't want, knowing that GTA 6, if it does come to PC, oh my god, you need a freaking PC rig, but you also need to pay for the damn game. And you know how much that's gonna cost. Say goodbye to groceries. Say goodbye to freaking pay taxes, because you gotta spend all that crap there for a game that we've been waiting for this long. It's like, for crying out loud, man. Can we just slow down? Can we slow down and figure things out a bit? Or maybe guess what they're gonna say? Oh, we can use AI to figure you're funny. You're funny. That's how we're gonna fix things. We're gonna use AI. You know what? I don't blame them, because I would do. I would use AI. AI, how do I get a cheaper graphics card? Is someone going to fix that? Where we can have a cheaper graphics card made out of, I don't know, freaking used plastic? Maybe I'm onto something. Maybe I'm cooking. I'm cooking something hot here. but maybe it's spilled milk for how I'm cooking. Okay, I don't know what I'm saying at this point. I'm just saying things off my ass. Okay, what do you want from me? This is the Vince talk. Yeah, what's up? Yeah, so gaming becoming expensive and the PC rigs and also with the Nvidia graphics cards, as they said themselves that they were going to go full on for AI. What does that leave for the gamers? How come you couldn't just, have all that money to work in to make cheaper gaming PCs that can actually work for many gamers that one day want to experience GTA 5 and 6 and all around, or just any game, like even games released like, I don't know, 6, 7 years ago, can still break my PC in half. And it's a cheap PC, but you would think it plays a bunch of stuff up to PS3 fine. Not all of PS3, because I still need a damn PS3 to still play my damn games. You're not helping, Sony. You tell, you just use a freaking PS3 emulator. That doesn't work, damn it. I still need a freaking PC rack, damn it. You still need an expensive PC rig. You don't understand, don't you? You want my PC to blow up? God forbid a freaking PS4 emulator? Oh, Sony? I'm kidding. I'll just calm down. It's only said that I forgot, man. Listen, we're the end tail of the year, okay? But at some point, we need our original hardware here, people. We need some of this hardware here and there because not everybody's gonna have that affordability to experience all the games that many people work hard to make. Because guess what? All of that could be thrown in the trash if you don't occupy the players and their rigs. Listen, you tell me to go all the way to freaking Canada by car, but my car is crap. What the heck you think this is? You think, no, it can help jobs with these better, much of like freaking expensive hybrid cars that have everything. I even has a freaking microwave in it. But for crying out loud, if it's like costs, I don't know, at least 12 arms and 16 legs, then guess what? How the frick do we even afford that crap? How do we afford any of this? It's getting expensive. I worry about the new generation that has to look at all this and be like, well, yeah, I don't think I can get that. And it's got to get worse. And you know what I mean? You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Vince, why are you complaining? You're making money. You're going to get a new rig soon. Yeah, but here's the thing. I'm talking about the other gamers. I am not a person that is entitled, that is a person that actually worries myself. The thing is, I actually do worry about other people because I want other people to experience high level gaming. And a lot of times you don't need like the biggest rig. You don't need GTA 6 to actually experience that. There is indie games that can support that. There is like cheaper PCs out there. There's ways around this. But a lot of times, I guess the thing is that the most important thing that you have to do is you have to get your money up. Get your money up. And get your money up. Let's go, baby. Vince talk. Anyways, moving on. We got Fallout Season 2 and show. Season 2, the show series is happening soon. And it's interesting because they're going to have a New Vegas. And I'm playing New Vegas right now. I heard news of like New Vegas Remastered. And that's a crazy thing. I feel like that needs its own news. But I didn't really finish the game to actually give my opinion. So you know what? I'm excited. People getting back to games that I'm actually playing right now. That's something cool. Moving on, we got Expedition 33 controversy. People, just sweeping the nation. Now, did they use AI or not? I don't know. I don't care. But also, Larian, from what I heard, also use AI. Ooh, boy. What games did they make? I actually forgot. I thought they made Expedition 33. Maybe I could be wrong. I don't know. Someone can fill me into that. I don't care, mostly. But also, there was this individual named Hash Bandicoot that basically made some freaking controversies here and there about like Larian Studios harassing her, SA her, or whatever it is. And the thing is that's sad. But here's the other thing. I looked at the profile, basically from JT, let's be real, and it seems like she's an occultist. So there was a part of me where I'm like, well, that's interesting. So am I supposed to believe in occultists that they support lying, they support like many demonic things, like And in the sense, I don't know, like PDF. Like, oh, some certain other things of evil. Hold on, let me spell it out. Evil. Now, what does that mean? I want to know if people actually still have a brain in this freaking world, because apparently to some people, oh, abortion's not evil. Oh God, you're serious right now? You serious right now? If I wouldn't be here, hello. Oh, free speech is like, there's certain aspects here and there. The idea, listen, if you think you were accepting occultists to actually, even in the slightest sense, to actually agree with them, you might as well agree with a freaking school shooter. I don't know what to tell you. How stupid can you be? Who is listening to this weirdo? Hash Bandicoot, occultist! An occultist! Are you serious right now? We're gonna listen to them? Okay. You know what? You could have just listened to anyone else. I know that there was this high expectation sense of like certain actors in here and there that are witches, from what I heard. But at least they're not calling themselves evil for the most obvious reasons. Could they be evil? Could they be not? Like, and then we got Hash over here. Like, I can just picture what they look like. I can just picture what they look like. And this is in the Christian sense for sure. Because that's what people are not getting. Oh, is this person telling the truth? How? You do know they're lying. And that's literally, in some cases, within their religion, if you can call it that. They're occultists. You're listening to an evil. That's literally like, hey, come here. I'm not going to eat you. And it's literally a cannibal. And it's like, oh my God. It would be different if it was an ex-occultist, ex-cannibal, stuff like that. I don't know, an ex-evil person. But for crying out loud, who's trusting Hash Bandicoot's allegations here? It's insane. Are you serious? An occultist! For crying out loud. It'd be different if this like occultist like, hey, look at this cool art or something. But now you're making something very serious, and it downplays the actual allegation that has actually happened to other people. Okay? I trust most of the ones that were suffered by Epstein. Because they're not freaking occultists! Oh my God! I wouldn't know, but a lot of times, like, that just seems the case or something. I just don't understand when you actually look into their profile, looking in their history, and this person has a history of lying and stuff like that. Hash. I don't know them. I don't care. Rebuke in the name of Jesus. I'm tired of this crap. Okay? What do you think this is? Oh, going full Leo Skeppy. Because I'm about that talkie. Thank you guys for watching. Subscribe, like, comment, jazz. That's how we do it here, baby. See you one, love, and the God bless.